What's up, my comic comrades? With the Red Hood making his live action debut in Season 3 of Titans, you know we had to give him some spotlight. And what better way to do that than to see how powerful he is in the comic books? So let's do just that. Let's start with his strength. We all know Jason Todd, aka Red Hood, doesn't have any superpowers. But as far as humans go, he's at the peak of physical strength. Point in case, Red Hood once kicked Bane off of him with his legs. To put that in perspective, Bane weighs around 300 pounds and possesses enormous physical strength. Yet Hood just tossed him off like he was nothing. But let's take things up a notch. Red Hood also flipped or body slammed Susie Sue, who was previously pinning him. And Susie Sue weighs around 600 pounds. That's more than a quarter ton. But let's keep going, like the time he kicked the door off of an airplane to get to the Joker's daughter. Now, as we all know, Deathstroke possesses superhuman strength. Nothing like Superman, but super strength nonetheless. While Red Hood, on the other hand, does not. And yet he was still able to kick Deathstroke so hard, he flew backwards and crashed into wooden crates. I also have to mention that in the New 52, during the Robin War Part 5, Red Hood was the first and only one for a while out of all the Robins to defeat a Talon all by himself. He straight up snapped one's neck, and as just a feat of sheer strength, he was able to hold up a collapsing roof that was on fire while innocents got to safety. Now, also in the New 52, Jason had access to a version of the Venom Serum, similar to Bane's, but it makes the user much stronger without turning the person into a big mindless brute. And when Jason uses it, he was able to do stuff like break Supergirl's grip. That's right, he was able to rival a Kryptonian in strength. He was even able to solo a huge alien all by himself. An alien that was able to give Supergirl a hard time. But now let's move on to speed. Much like his strength, his speed isn't super, but it's at the peak of human capability, much like an Olympic athlete or greater. More impressive than that is when he was able to dodge Deathstroke's gunfire, because as we all know, taking down people with gunfire is basically what Deathstroke does. Jason even outran a dude who was chasing him on a four-wheeler. How do you even do that without being superhuman? Comics. That's how. Comics. He can even do things like dodge gunfire from point-blank range, as demonstrated against Joker's daughter. Dude even speed blitzed a member of the Iron Rule who has super speed. If you don't know who the Iron Rule are, they're a group of mercenaries founded by Roy Harper. Point is, for not having super speed, Red Hood moves really fast. But now let's move on to Red Hood's fighting skill. Off the bat, he once beat Batman in a fist fight. Now let's not get it twisted. This isn't a normal occurrence, and Bruce was more than likely holding back, but either way, this is an extremely impressive win for Red Hood. On another occasion, when fighting Batman again, Batman told him, "You know you can't win this." Red Hood answers, "In a fair fight? Probably not. But cheating? I've got that down," as he uses an electrical charge to beat Batman. It was cheating, as he said, but a win's a win. He's willing to go that extra mile, while Batman isn't. Red Hood was also about to destroy Orphan, aka Cassandra Cain, but Dick stopped him. To put that into perspective, when Dick Grayson was up against Cassandra Cain, he got his butt handed to him. He also single-handedly took on and beat several of Lady Shiva's man-bats all at once, saying, "Come on, is that all you got? I only spent 6 weeks training under Shiva. You've probably been her student for years. Learn how to land a damn punch." Now, obviously, since Jason Todd can do stuff like take out Cassandra Cain and Shiva's man-bats, he literally makes the GCPD SWAT team look like toddlers. Red Hood also defeated a Talon and Mr. Freeze at the same exact time. I mean, he has his foot on the Talon's throat while holding Freeze at gunpoint. It was pretty badass. And here's a really impressive one. He beat Deathstroke in a fight, and I'm talking about a good fight. It lasted for like 5 pages with the two trading blows back and forth. They were slicing each other up, throwing each other through walls, until ultimately Deathstroke says, "Time to finish this." To which Red Hood replies, "Whatever you say," while he lights Slade up with gunfire, taking him out for the count, with Deathstroke even saying, "Well, what are you waiting for? Why don't you finish me off?" But Red Hood replies, "I wasn't hired to kill you. I was hired to hurt you." But let's keep going. Red Hood once beat a godly powered Ra's al Ghul, or Ra's al Ghul, however you want to pronounce it. Beating Ra's al Ghul is impressive on a normal day, but beating him up when he's powered by the well is insane. But this next one I think is even better. Now, you all know who Lady Shiva is, right? If not, she's the deadliest assassin in the DC universe. So much so, she trained Batman and a ton of other characters in the DC universe, including Red Hood. And when the two eventually come at odds with one another, he tells Shiva, "I remember you telling me that it would be impossible for me to take someone of your caliber down in hand-to-hand combat," as he sweeps her leg. He continues to say, "You taught me a few shortcuts so I can keep the upper hand when I needed it," literally, as he karate chops her to the back of the neck. Once he does this, he says, "That should keep you paralyzed for just under 30 minutes. Or forever." I have to admit, I'm a bit rusty. So not only has Red Hood defeated Lady Shiva in battle, he temporarily paralyzed her at that. But now that we know Red Hood is powerful enough to take down the likes of Batman, Deathstroke, Lady Shiva, and more, let's move on to his durability. First up, we have his helmet. It's so durable it was able to withstand a direct hit from a Talon bringing down its blade straight into it. It's also bulletproof to small caliber rounds. What I'm saying is, it will stop some bullets, but a 50 cal is still gonna go through that sucker. His armor and suit is also bulletproof in the same manner, and thanks to his helmet and armor, he survived the multiple nukes that went off in the water right next to him. That man even survived getting hit straight on by a bazooka. I don't even know how that's a thing, but apparently it is. As for stealth and intelligence, Red Hood is up there with the best. I mean, he was able to break into the Blackhawks organization. Jason was even able to get into Tim Drake's base, which Tim said was impossible, but apparently it's not because Jason did it. He's also hacked into the Order of St. Dumas, and somehow he was also able to sneak away from Supergirl, who has super senses and was using them to look for him. With all that said, Red Hood is essentially a don't give two craps willing to kill version of Batman, being an expert in stealth, martial arts, marksmanship, tech, espionage, and almost anything a human can master. But I will leave you all with this. Red Hood once said that he holds back when he fights Batman. While him and Arsenal are fighting the GCPD Batman, Jason says to himself, all that time Bruce and I spent fighting, trying to kill each other. Okay, me trying to kill him. I guess I'd have to admit, I was holding back. Because, you know, he was Bruce. But I don't have to pull punches on this Batman. So what this tells us is that Red Hood and Batman have never truly fought each other all out. As we knew Batman would hold back, but now we know so did Red Hood. Which is super interesting because both have defeated each other in different fights over the years for different reasons. But have they ever truly tried to hurt each other? Well, from this, it seems like no. So I wonder what kind of damage Red Hood could do to Batman if he didn't hold back, especially since he's willing to use tactics that's not part of Batman's code. So because of that, does that mean Red Hood would be the last man standing in a true all-out fight? Just maybe, or at least it's something really fun to think about. But with that said, that brings today's episode to a close. I hope this gave you all a better understanding of just how powerful the Red Hood is. So let us know what you think of Red Hood down in the comment section. And that's gonna bring today's episode of Variant to a close. But if you like today's episode, be sure to check out this one right here. And if you like all of our content, be sure to subscribe, like, and comment. It always helps the channel out. But other than that, I'll see you guys next time when I talk about all things comics.